Hi there, we're going to be making a no salt pizza crust today. My family, we don't do salt due to a condition my son has. So therefore, we do a lot of recipes with no salt. So here it goes. We'll start out with bread flour. 3 cups bread flour. Put it in the stand mixer. And just do the shake and level. 1, 2, 3 cups bread flour. And you take your yeast, 2 tablespoons of yeast, or 2 teaspoons yeast. Put that in. Now we got our yeast in there. Simple 2 tablespoons of oil. Cup of water. And then put your stand mixer, lock it. Put it on low setting for 2 minutes, and we'll see what it looks like. It's been 2 minutes. What it looks like, it's still kind of dry. So I'm going to add a little bit of water, a tablespoon at a time, half tablespoon actually. Put in a half tablespoon. Let it mix up a little bit. And put the other half in. And I made it a little moister. It's going to mix up. Then I turn the setting up to 2. Let that mix for about 15 minutes. We're going up for a 15-minute mark there. So we'll just stop the mixer, unlock it, open it up. You know, we got 2 loaves, so 2 parts of the dough. Take it off the hook. Off the hook. Take the 2. And we just blend them together. Make a dough ball. Easier with 2 hands. But while I'm doing this, this will make 8 9-inch pizzas with no crust. I make them with no crust as my kids don't like crust. If you want crust on them, you can still probably make about 8 of them. Your crust might be a little thinner on the bottom, but yeah, it'll still make 8 9-inch pizzas. So here we have it. It's all mixed in a thing. So I'm just going to take this bowl and spray it with some cooking spray. What we do, put our dough in there. We just cover it with some foil or saran wrap, some stretch wrap, and cover it with a cloth. Let it sit for an hour and a half, and I'll be back. So I decided why not show this step. So just cover it with shrink wrap. Cover it up. Basically, it just seals in the moisture, helps it stay fresh, doesn't dry out. So with that, take a tea towel, cover it up, set it for an hour and a half. We'll see you in a bit. Okay, so our dough has risen. See it there, it's on the stuck onto there. You pull it slowly enough. it will come off without too much dough sticking. You see it has risen quite a lot. Risen to the top of the bowl. All we want to do now is we just want to punch it down. With your fingers, just punch it down. Push it down. Get all the air out of there. Get out of the bowl. What we're going to do, just going to knead it a little bit. Just kind of make it a round ball. Make it into a round ball, nice little round ball. Take a little flour. Spread it out the surface. Just let that rest for 10 minutes. And I'll be back. All right, so our bread is still underneath there, resting underneath its cover. I did cover it up just to keep it from drying out a little bit. Just wanted to say what it can make. From that one dough, we can make 8 of these 9-inch pans, 6 little pans. We make 8 of these 8-inch square pans. You can make about 6 of these. I believe that is a 12-inch round pizza pan. And you can make about 4 of these. I don't even know what size this is. Probably about a 16 by 8 pan. And you can make those out of this one pizza dough. So I'm just gonna put the pans away and then we'll get started. All right, so that last pan that I measured, or didn't know what the measurement was, I measured it. It is a 15 by 10. We'll just uncover the dough. We're gonna cut it into 8 pieces. Put some flour on your knife so it helps stuff from sticking. Cut your bread dough in half. Cut it in half again, and half again. Should end up with 8 triangle pieces. You can measure it if you want to. Measure it, get them accurate, right sizes. If you want everyone the right size. I believe mine are about 100 grams per pizza of dough. So that, all cut into the 8 slices. I'm gonna keep it covered so they don't dry out. Move it over here. I'm gonna grab one of them. I'm gonna take my pan, my 8-inch pan, spray it with the grease. Liquid butter, as a lot of us call it. Right with that, take the dough. I'm gonna roll it up in my hands. Some of you might have better ideas of how to do this. May have worked in pizza places, may have made it better. Fine to just take it and just slowly start working a hole in the center. Put it in the pan. Just start spreading it out. Have you got any ideas to help me make this easier to spread this dough out? By all means, feel free to comment. But we'll just spread this dough out until it goes around. I'll take a bit. Sometimes what I like to do, the kids don't like it, I do. I use cornmeal. Put some cornmeal underneath there first before I start before I put the dough in. And what that does is the cornmeal actually helps the dough sit up a little bit and keep it from sticking to the pan. The kids don't like it, so I only put it in when I'm making my own pizza. So the kids, again, a lot of this is for the kids. Our son has the nephrogenic diabetes insipidus, so he cannot have salt, so I make all of this stuff from scratch so that he has and enjoys stuff with us. We've adopted the same lifestyle. We're all eating low sodium to no sodium foods, and it was a challenge at first because I was a salt person. I liked the salt. All right, so we got the pie, got the crust all out to the edges. I'm just gonna take a fork and poke holes in it to stop it from rising, bubbling up in any areas. Just repeatedly poke it with the fork. Just like that. And stick it in the oven at 350 for 5 minutes, 4 to 5 minutes. When you take it out of the pan, you give it a little shake. It should free itself on the pan. And yeah, you can do higher temperature, you can do whatever temperature you want. Sometimes I cook it when I'm cooking bread at the same time, and I use 375 for 4 minutes. All right, so here we are. We at the back of the oven after 5 minutes at 375. That's what I did. I don't know if you can hear that. It's a little crustiness. It's just enough to make it solid. You want to be able to be firm. One piece. And we just take it, transfer it over to a plate. Right in my sauce. Put it on a plate so it's not getting, it doesn't get the, so the oil that's underneath there doesn't soak into it, make it soggy. That's it. We spread it with some sauce. For all those other low sodium people out there, make your own low sodium sauce. What we use is like a Heinz no sodium, no salt added tomato sauce. And we add garlic powder, oregano, Italian seasoning, some thyme or rosemary. Everything that I just mentioned is all a teaspoon. And then you add a tablespoon of sugar. That can be eliminated or reduced if you need to. Some onion powder. Yeah, the onion powder is a teaspoon as well. The rosemary and thyme, a few pinches, whatever you want. You can season it to taste. You can add whatever you want into your sauce. It's up to you. It's your sauce. If you like Italian herbs, Italian seasoning in there, we put a couple pinches of that in there. And it just makes it low sodium. So I spread out a little bit of sauce on there. This one's going to be my daughter's pizza. Usually with my son, for lower sodium, we try to use a Swiss cheese because it's got lower sodium. They're out of sodium at the store, or Swiss at the store, so it's going to be my daughter's pizza. We can give them this as well. It's just we have to feed them, not feed them. We make them drink more water during the day and regulate how much more sodium he drinks or eats throughout the day. So spread on the cheese. Again, because this is going to be my daughter's pizza, it is going to have pepperoni. So we're going to take some pepperoni, put it on there. Give them all a little push down. And that's it. Put that in the freezer. Let it freeze for about 10 minutes, 10 to 20 minutes, and then you're good. You can just put them in resealable Ziploc bags and store them until you're ready for them. I like to put parchment paper in between the pizzas. You put pizza parchment, pizza parchment, pizza parchment in the Ziploc bags, and so you can just pull them out as needed and throw them in the oven. Cook them at 425 for anywhere to 10 to 14 minutes. That's all there is to it. Thanks for watching. If you like, please subscribe.